without further ado, let's begin. So finding a comfortable space, I'm going to move back onto my yoga mat. Can you still hear me, Laura, okay? Great. So for the session today, we're going to play with the idea of the relationship between our center and our periphery. So our core or our belly and our peripheral axis, our limbs and into our fingers and toes. This also reflects and mirrors the nervous system. We have our central nervous system, so our spine and our brain running through the central axis of the body, and we have our nerves that go into our fingers and toes out into the periphery. But this theme also plays into the idea of our relationship with energy. How do we relate to our external environment and our internal environment? So when you're ready, join me for the next 30 minutes. We're going to begin by lying down on our fronts. So coming into a position on all fours, and then shifting the knees back slightly and coming into a prone position. So lying down onto the ground, untucking the toes, and then bringing the arms out in front of you. So you're going to have your elbows on the ground, forearms on the ground, and placing one hand on top of the other, just nudge the elbows forward and lie your head down to one side, right or left. And as you come into contact with the ground, closing down the eyes or lowering the gaze, and bringing all your attention to your breath this afternoon, giving yourself full permission for the next half an hour to simply unwind and enjoy your practice, your time. Beginning to take deeper breaths, sipping the air through the nose, breathing out through the nose or mouth, and feeling a sensation of the softness of your belly melting into the ground. Making contact with the whole of your body with the earth and letting gravity take the full weight of your bones, your muscles, and your tendons. And then with every breath, allowing the body to sink deeper and deeper into a state of complete relaxation. Soft belly, easeful breath. And if there's any element of tension or stress in the belly today, just allow the breath to soothe it and move through. And from here, bringing your attention to your feet, allowing your ankles to flop out to the sides and noticing the sensation of air on the soles of the feet as the soles of the feet face towards the ceiling. Bringing all of your attention to the soles of the feet and also to the palms of the hands as they make contact with the ground. Our antennae or our periphery and the way that we communicate with our external world. Lovely. So from here, when you're ready, taking a deeper breath in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth, and then lifting the head really relaxed and the torso and the heart off of the ground, and bringing the elbows underneath you. So we're coming into Sphinx pose this afternoon. We're going to bring our elbows. So there's a slight angle between the elbow and the shoulder, and the forearms are flat on the ground and all 10 fingers spread wide. And the base of the pubic bone is rooted into the ground, and you can just wiggle your hips side to side so that you're coming into complete contact with the ground. And then from here, I want you to soften your belly. And as you soften your belly, allow your chin to tuck towards your chest. And it's as if the spine were able to drape like clothes on a washing line as the belly softens towards the ground and the shoulder blades squeeze together. So completely relax, soft front of the body. And then from here, ground through the elbows and the forearms as you ground through the upper spine and lift the chin, and then just begin to stretch out the neck by gazing around the room. Stretching out the neck this afternoon and just getting out any creases and cranks in the neck. Lovely. And then once again, soften the belly, yield the front of the body down to ground, tuck chin to chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and just allow the belly to do what it wants. Let it be soft. And bringing in the breath, allow the belly to yield down to gravity. Soft belly, easeful breath. Lovely. And then the next time that you come to what feels like neutral, lifting the heart and the front of the chest and the head, just swaying the body, distributing the weight through the right elbow, through center, and then through the left. So you're just shifting the weight through the right arm and the left. And maybe the shoulders want to start to take circles. So almost like you were marking out a figure of 8. So the right shoulder moves round in a circle and back, left shoulder round and back. So we're just warming up the ball and socket joints of the elbows. Really nice. And then from here, we're going to extend the left arm out in front of us. So the left palm of the hand snakes forward, and the right palm of the hand turns towards ceiling, and it snakes in the space underneath the left armpit. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, you can watch me for the first few seconds. We're going to weave the arm underneath and use that as an invitation to roll onto the right side of the body. Hug the knees into the chest, and we're coming into a lying twist. So when you're ready, joining in with me, lower your head to the ground, and the left arm, which is up above your head, you're going to sweep that, keeping it in contact with the floor and moving it up above the head and behind you to the left until it's lying on the horizontal, if you have space. Otherwise, making a cactus arm, bend in the elbow. And then sweep the arm back the way it came, past the head, all the way to the front hand. And now take that sweep a few times, bringing the arm up in one long circle, trying to keep the fingertips in contact with the ground if you have space, almost as if you were drawing a line in the sand. Really soothing. And the next time the arm comes out on the left-hand side, relax the arm and turn the head to the left, gazing towards the left fingertips, lying twist. Now, if this is too much for your IBS on some days, you can unwind the hand and simply lie on the right side, and you can even put a pillow between the legs for a restorative pose. Take a few deep breaths, the lying twist, gaze towards the left if it's comfortable for your neck. And then we're going to unwind back the way we came, sweeping the arm above the head, coming back together, lengthen the legs all the way out, and then roll onto the belly, coming into our lying posture, and now taking the head to lie towards the other side, making contact with the ground. Taking a few deep breaths into the belly, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose or mouth. And then on your next inhalation breath, take your time, I always speak ahead of time, bring the head and torso back into Sphinx pose. Distribute the elbows like scaffolding underneath the shoulders with a slight angle so the elbows are moved slightly forward. And then spread the fingertips wide. Now from here, we're going to put a bend in both the knees, so you're bringing the heels towards the buttocks. And now take both knees slightly out to the side and bring the soles of the feet together. Can you actually find them so that they rub together? So you're rubbing the soles of the feet together, speaking into the periphery, so the antennae of the feet and the fingertips and the way that we warm up and reach out into our environment. So just taking a gentle, nice, soothing rub of the soles of the feet together, almost like you're rubbing your hands, which we don't normally do with the feet. And then releasing that, bringing the knees and relaxing the feet, and we'll take that twist to the other side, extending the right arm, fingertips away from you, flipping the left palm of the hand and snaking it under, weaving it under the right armpit, rolling onto the left side this time, bringing the knees into the chest, and taking the right arm in large circles on the ground all the way behind you, and then back, reversing the journey back the way it came. Few times, inhale, lengthen, circling round. This is a really lovely exercise to do on those days when you just feel like you can't move, but actually that you can. Bringing it all the way around and all the way back. Lovely. And then taking that lying twist, turning the head to gaze at the right fingertips if it's comfortable for the neck. Inhalation through the nose, exhalation through the nose or mouth. softening the belly. And then when you're ready on your next inhalation breath, it's sweeping the arm round and turning to lie once again on the front and coming into Sphinx pose. So bringing the elbows stacked underneath. From here, tuck the toes, bend the knees and lift the hips and walk the knees in towards the elbows. With toes tucked, send the hips back towards the heels, drop the head. We're coming into high child's pose. Deep inhalation here, exhalation, yielding down to gravity. And then when you're ready, lifting the head and torso and walking the hands back towards the knees. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers in front of us and flip the palms, taking a few spinal undulations and stretching through the soles of the feet. So really feeling the stretch through the soles of the feet and maybe even releasing the hands to kind of untuck the pinky toes on either side. When you're ready, interlacing the fingers, flipping the palms. Inhale, lengthen the arms up to sky. Exhale, round through the lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine, tuck chin to chest. Inhalation, extension. Exhale, flexion. Let's take that a few times at your own pace, what feels right for you. Inhale, stretching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding through. Lovely. Finding a rhythm and communicating that fluid rhythm down through the central axis of the body. Softening the belly. Lovely. Now, the next time you bring your arms down will be the last. From here, place the arms in this configuration into the center and the front of your mat, coming into tabletop. Now, you can untuck the toes or you can keep them tucked. It's up to you. If this is not comfortable for your wrists, you can release the wrists and come into a more conventional tabletop like this with your arms parallel. But if this is comfortable for the wrist, we're going to take some cat and cows here with spinal undulations. When you're ready, drop the belly, lift the heart, moving into extension of the spine. Exhale, ground through the knees and the palms, tuck belly to spine, chin to chest, rounding through flexion. Inhale, extension through the central axis of the body. Lovely. Exhale, tuck belly, chin to chest, waking up the spine. Few more times at your own pace. Lovely. Now, the next time that you drop the belly, lift the spine, come to what feels like neutral. Bring both knees together, big toes to touch. Extend the left leg all the way back, and then hover the left leg parallel to the ground. Same spinal undulations, but this time we're going to bend the back knee and bring it towards the nose. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round through the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, relift. Exhale, tuck in, condensing in, feeling what it feels like to tuck into the belly before you reach out, one long line between the crown of the head and the tips of the toes. If this is feeling shaky for the arms, you can take it into parallel, so separating the arms back into parallel. In fact, I'm going to do this, so I'm going to keep extending the leg. Lovely. The next time the leg moves all the way back will be the last. Now, the right leg, which is on the ground, untuck the toes, swivel the shin back 45 degrees and place the lengthened leg onto the ground. The lengthened leg, you want to swivel the heel down and in, and then pull the weight into the right arm, right side of the body, lift the left arm up to the hip. From here, extend the left fingertips all the way up to sky, and then past the skull, one long line between the pinky toe edge of the left foot and the fingertips of the upper arm. You can stay here for level 1, or level 2, you can raise the leg off of the ground, playing with your balance and your proprioception. Now, if you want to move even further, we're going to put a bend in the floating arm and the floating knee and bring them towards each other in front of us. So condensing in and curling through, chin tucks to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Fingertips reaching out with the toes, and then all the way in, condensing into the central softness of our core, and then extending out into our periphery. Reach, 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 lovely. And then condensing in. A few more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round through. Lovely. Having a sense of what that feels like to extend through the antennae of your fingertips and toes, and then curling in. The next time that you condense the body in towards the belly will be the last. Place the toes halfway along your mat and then unswivel the back shin so the toes are pointing towards the back. Take the left hand, hold of the left ankle that's halfway along and step it forward into low lunge. From here, inhale, lift the hands, interlink the fingers, flip the palms. Lovely. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck chin to chest. We're taking those same spinal lengthening, flexion and extension, soft belly. Lovely. Now from here, the next time the arms reach all the way up, we're going to take arm swings. So separate the arms parallel. Take the left arm forward and down, up and back, and then swing it like a pendulum back the way it came. Right arm comes forward and down, up and back, and then back the way it came. So take these arm swings at your own pace, whatever feels good, and notice how my front leg just wants to lengthen and bend, because we're not an isolated piece. As soon as you start moving the arms, suddenly, the legs and the pelvis want to get involved. And what would it look like if you drew the biggest circles that you could with the arms? And also, if you move, instead of from the fingertips, from the belly, what would it feel like to turn from a soft belly towards the side? Lovely. And again, good. The next time the arms are forward, interlace the fingers, but keep the index fingers pointing forward, almost like a bow and arrow. And then draw back the same arm as the front leg. So the left arm is coming all the way back like a bow and arrow of an archer. Relax the left hand down. Flip the front palm up like you're offering a platter of fruit, and then lift the fingertips towards the sky, finding a seed of a back bend. Maybe the back left hand finds the thigh on the right side. Maybe it finds the lower back. One deep breath here, inhalation. Exhale, windmill the arms forward and down on the inside of the front leg. Pull the weight into the arms and the back knee. Step the left foot back. Let's come into our first downward facing dog. Split the knees, tuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, hips high, head low, downward facing dog. Lovely. So just pedaling the feet out in downward facing dog, so called walk the dog if that feels good for you. And then without further ado, we're going to put a generous bend in the knees, lifting the heels off the ground, and just walk the hands back towards the feet. From here, Uttanasana, forward fold. Take hold of both of your elbows, generous bend in the knees, and just allow the spine to weigh really heavy. Just hanging out here in a forward fold, maybe gazing down at the feet and noticing the distribution of weight and gravity through the feet. Lovely. Releasing both the hands, walk the hands back out in front of you, and relax the knees to the ground. We'll take the other side. Bring both knees to touch, big toes to touch. Extend the right leg this time all the way back. Lifting the right leg parallel to the ground. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, knee to nose. So we're finding this extension, one long line between the back toes and the crown, and then we're finding this condension as we curl in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round through. Really nice. The next time you extend the leg back will be the last. Place the toes onto the ground. Untuck the toes of the left leg and swivel it behind you 45 degrees. Turn the back heel down and in, pouring the weight into the left arm this time. Lift the right hand to the right hip and then extend the fingertips up and away from you. Lengthening through. Soft belly, easeful breath. Soften the belly. This might be enough for you, or you can lift the right leg all the way up and then bring the knee to the front heel in front of you so you condense in and then re-lengthen. So bend in the floating arm and the floating knee, coming in and extending out. Lovely. And what would it feel like to move from the belly or move from the fingertips and toes? Experiment with the different sensations in each part. Lovely. Extending through. The next time you condense in towards the belly will be the last. Place the toes of the right foot halfway along the mat. Now unswivel the back foot, take the right palm of the hand to the right ankle to step it forward, easing into low lunge. Interlink the fingers, flip the palms. Lovely. Inhale, lift into extension of the spine. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck chin to chest. View like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Finding a rhythm of fluidity as we reach into our external environment and then tug in, knowing that our internal environment also deserves our warranted attention. The next time the arms come up will be the last. Separate the arms parallel. Bring the right arm forward and down, up and back, and then reverse the journey back the way it came. Left arm forward and down, up and back, and all the way back. And allow that your front leg to lengthen as you move back and rebend as you move forward. And allow yourself to be led from the central axis of the body as we move into the periphery of the arms. Lovely. Few more swings, warming up the shoulders. Good. And then next time the arms come forward, moving forward into our archer bow, tucking all the fingers together, extending the index fingers, and then gazing past your fingertips into the distance, and then drawing the right arm back like a bow and arrow, relaxing the right arm, left palm faces the sky, reverse warrior with knees on the ground. Deep breath here, soft belly, inhalation, exhalation. Windmill the arms down on the inside of the front leg. Tuck the toes of the back foot. Pull the weight into the hand. Send the right leg all the way back. Separate the knees. Tuck the toes. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the head. Lift the knees, hips high, head low. Downward facing dog. One breath here. Deep inhale. Exhalation. Put a generous bend in the knees. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Forward fold. And then roll up through the spine, coming up to standing. Lower spine, mid spine, upper spine. Now, staying where you are, I'm going to demonstrate from the front. Keep it moving. Arms come all the way up. Fingertips to sky. Lovely. And then we're going to balance on our toes. So coming up, lifting the heels all the way up. Coming into our proprioception, our sixth sense. Transfer the weight into the right side of the body and just float the left leg slightly off the ground. And so you come into a wobble, and then it looks so much easier than it is. And then plant the left foot and lift the right foot off the ground. Only on the tips of the toes, heels lifted. Good. And then replant. Generous bend in the knees, separate the feet, and start to shake out your right wrist. It's really important when we suffer from gut issues to be able to release tension. So that's what we're going to do right now in a way that increases our heart rate. Join in the left wrist. And then start to get all the arms involved. Really good. And then maybe you want to lift your heels off the ground. So just transfer the weight into the tips of the toes. Bend in the knees. Your one is coming to a bounce, bounce, bounce. Lovely. Bounce, bounce. Really generous bend in the knees. And then maybe you want to have a bit of flight, so maybe you start to jump. Permission to just jump a little bit, and adding in the breath to really release tension through the nervous system. So inhale, exhale, through the nose or mouth. And now really go for it for 10 seconds. 10, 9, really go for it, guys. 8, 7, 6, 5, have some fun. 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you stop closing down the eyes or lowering the gaze and just be. Feel the reverberation through the body. Feel the heart rate as it slows down. Lovely. When you're ready, inhalation, blinking the eyes open, raise the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips, offer the chest forward. Put a generous bend in the knees, palms on the ground, walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. From here, Layer 2, so level 2, continue with me. If you're level 1, let your knees drop to the ground. Pull the weight into the right side of the body, lift the left leg up and back, split dog. From here, put a bend in the back leg, bring the knee down towards the nose, transfer the weight into the hands coming through plank, hovering the knee. Relift the leg all the way back. We're going to take that 3 times. Knee coming all the way down. If your back knee's on the ground, you're just back where we started. Inhale, relift. Exhale, knee to nose. Lovely. Last time, inhale, lengthen from the crown of the head, tips of toes. And the next time the knee comes between the hands, allow the shin to reach the ground. So we'll meet here, everybody, shin towards the ground. Shuffle the toes back, shift the knee, come onto the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest. When you're ready, replant the hands, tuck the toes of the foot, and then pull the weight into the right side of the body. Take the left ankle and step it forward. Lovely. From here, place both hands on the hips. You can stay in low lunge or come to high lunge. Tuck the toes, lift the knees of the back foot. Lovely. So you're coming into a crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Inhale, all the way up. And then we're going to take those arm swings. So left arm comes down and back and all the way it came. And then right arm down and back and then all the way up. Few arm swings, left arm down and back and all the way up. Right arm, lovely. And really enjoy it, reaching into the periphery, leading from a soft core. Good. And then when you're ready, both palms come down on the inside of the front foot. Drop the back knee, send the left foot back. Separate the knees, big toes touch. Brief child's pose. Hips back towards the heels. Forehead yields towards the ground. Deep inhalation breath, rounding back up into tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips high, head low. We'll take the other side. Almost there, guys. Bring big toes to touch, heels to touch. Transfer the weight into the left side. Lift the right leg up and back, split dog. Bend in the floating knee. Bring the knee towards the nose. Lovely. And re-lengthen the leg all the way back up, split dog, knee to nose. It's okay to have the back knee on the ground, especially if your IBS is flaring today. Re-extend the leg back towards the nose. The next time the knee comes towards the nose, allow the shin to reach down to ground. Come onto the fingertips, drop the back knee, inhale, lift. Really nice. When you're ready, replant the hands, tuck the toes of the front foot and lift the knee. Drop the back knee if you need to. Take the right hand to the right ankle, step it forward, lifting up the torso, hands on the knees. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Inhale, fingertips interlink, flip the palms and raise. And now arm swings. Left arm down and back, all the way forward. Few times, and then the right arm follows all the way through and back. Draw the biggest circles that you can, all the way forward and down, up and back. Lovely. Few more times, really nice. Lovely. The next time the arm comes all the way forward, bring both palms on the inside of the front foot. Drop the back knee, send the right foot back to meet the left. Child's pose. Separate the knees, big toes touch. One deep breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And then transfer the weight onto the hands and come back to lying on your belly. Bend in the elbows. Redistribute the weight through the whole of the body. Take the elbows out to the side, both palms forward, and simply rest. Let the belly come into contact with the ground as you yield and allow the whole body to rest for a moment. Deepening the breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose or mouth, allowing everything to settle, let everything be. And when you're ready, coming back into Sphinx pose as we close the practice. Extend the left fingertips all the way out in front of you. This time, as you weave the right arm underneath, use that as an invitation to turn onto the right side of the body and then all the way onto your back. So you can bend your knees towards your chest, allow the feet and the knees to reach the sky, and then extend both legs out, lying completely long. Fingertips towards the heels, and let both ankles just flop out to the sides for Shavasana. So your relaxing posture. And as you do so, just imagine the whole of the nervous system of the body that's been just shaken up like snow in a snow globe. Just let all those little pieces of snow just start to settle on the ground, completely held, completely safe in my body, my breath. Bringing your attention to the soft movement of the belly on the inhalation as it rises, on the exhalation as it falls. And with every exhalation of the breath, allow your body to melt into gravity, melting into the surface beneath you. Complete state of coherence between the central axis of the body and your antennae, your periphery. Just relaxing the jaw, let the root of the tongue be soft in the back of the mouth. And ever so slowly, almost like you were moving in the deepest part of the ocean, just rolling onto the right side of the body, keeping the eyes closed, bringing the knees slightly in towards the chest. So just rolling really gently, really slowly onto the right side of the body. And just taking a deep breath there, inhalation through the nose, exhalation through the nose or mouth. And then place the left palm of the hand on the ground in front of you and use the left palm of the hand to gently ease your way up to a seated position as we close the practice. Optional to stay lying down if that feels good for you. It's your practice. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze lowered, and just bringing one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. The central axis of the body, but using the antennae of our fingertips to reach inward, turn inward. Eyes gently closed, chin tucked to chest. Let's take a deep breath all together to finish. Inhalation through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And returning the breath to slow in and out through the nose. Sealing in the practice this short time together to just shake up the body and communicate from a soft belly, knowing that we can return to the practice anytime we wish. When you're ready, bringing both hands together in a space of gratitude and thanking everyone in this virtual space for creating a really positive energy, for having fun, for playing, and for engaging in a yoga practice today. So thank you so much.